Welcome to Toffee TV, to the Everton News Daily. Jordan Pickford is close to signing a new contract with Everton, according to sources. He's only got less than 18 months left on his current contract, so it'd be good to get him pinned down to a new one ASAP, and that pretty much protecting your asset then, because it was England's number one. Everton are down there at the bottom of the table, so I would be surprised if a bid came in the summer, maybe a Tottenham or Chelsea or someone like that. I don't know how long Hugo Lloris has got left in him at Tottenham, so I can personally see a bid coming from them. So you'd rather have a player on 4 or 5 year deal than 18 months with a bid coming in. So I suppose it's just one of them things, and I'm sure he'd be glad to stay at Everton. Is that thing of, he's England's number one. Does he not want to go somewhere else at the age of 30 or whatever he is and try and win a trophy? But for him, he's at a big club anyway. Might not be where the club should be, but he's still England's number one. He's doing pretty well since that derby in lockdown at Anfield, the 2-0 win. He's been really consistent generally. One save of the season last season. He's been quite consistent, so he deserves a contract in my opinion. It's just up to him whether he wants to take it, and I think he does. And if a bid does come in, then it'll be quite a substantial one, having 4 or 5 years on a deal rather than 18 months. But yeah, Jordan Pickford is close to signing a new deal. Yeah, Everton have been fined following failure to control their players in an incident in the Merseyside derby. This was the bit of a bust up, which for me just started with just a complete blag from Jordan Pickford going over to Robertson. As soon as he got laughed at, he just started smiling. Pickford, for me, I just think it's all a bit nonsense. If you see it against Leeds, it's a bit more passionate. Players really getting each other's faces and throwing digs and stuff. But that one in the derby was just nonsense for me. But Everton have been fined £40,000 and Liverpool have been fined £25,000, which at first I was a bit like, why have we been fined more? But I'm guessing just because we started it, something I don't know. Probably Cody grabbing Robertson and shouting F off at him. I don't know, but it is what it is. The only thing we've got is, it happened against Leeds, but Tyler Adams started that. So if are we going to get charged again? But is Leeds going to get charged more this time? Are we going to get £25,000 charge, and are they going to get £40,000 charge, or are we going to get charged even more because it's 2 times in a row it's happened? But they started that one, Leeds, so be interesting to see what happens. But this is like I said it the other day. These things now, it's part of the game. The same thing with I've mentioned it a couple of times. The yellow card with the referee, it's just passion. Things happen in the heat of a moment. Yeah, like I said, that Merseyside derby one was just a bit of a blag fight. Players acting hard when they're not. But like stuff like Leeds, it's just passion's running high. You're in a game, it's 0-0, and you both need to win. You're both down, battling relegation. These things happen. It's part of the game for me. So, it's a small, 40 grand in terms of a club fine. It's a small fine, but I suppose it's the what it stands for. And Everton have been fined more than Liverpool in this one, which shows that they reckon Everton were the team that started it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Leeds game as well, if anything's going to come from that. Speaking of Liverpool, Carlo Ancelotti returned to Merseyside last night to play Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League at Anfield. He said a nice little comment. He said it's good to come back because he's still an Evertonian, which is nice. I wasn't too bothered when he left. He's leaving a club which he's not going to didn't have a lot of money to spend in the summer, and he's gone to Real Madrid, won a Champions League, won the league. I don't think he'll win a league again this season. Barcelona done really well, but great start to the first leg of this round with a 5-2 win at Anfield, which also put a nice smile on some Evertonians' faces. They've been giving us some stick, especially after the derby. They cried it in that we were going to beat them, and then they laughed at us when we didn't, and they've been crying it in, especially in the studio, laughing at where we are on the table. So just to see them go 2-0 up and then get beat 5-2. I know a few people said, it's too early to laugh because they've got another leg. There's no way they're going to Bernabeu, Real Madrid, and beating them in aggregate. They got no chance. The crap. Moving on, Conor Cody has praised Sean Dyche's training in an exclusive interview with Everton. He says some interesting things. He says, "We have to be pushing each other every single day on the training pitch. I think that's where winners and losers are made. And just on that, my opinion, that's probably come from Sean Dyche. You know, getting them really, really well drilled, and you can see it on the pitch in the games like Leeds and Arsenal. Training has to be competitive at all times, not to the point where you're kicking lumps out of each other, but in terms of being desperate to win, being desperate to contribute with a goal or an assist, or to block a tackle, that's where it starts. And again, that ties into making the plays, wear shin pads in training, not wearing hats and stuff, because it's something you don't see in the game. So of course, you want to treat training like it's a game. If you have that everyday training, then it becomes normal to carry that onto the weekend. That's where we're getting to. The gaffer helps with that competitiveness, and there's little forfeits in the sessions that you don't want to be at the end of. Nose flicks, ear flicks, and all kinds. It's up to us as players to take the responsibility to carry that through, and we're doing absolutely everything we can to ensure that is the case. Yeah, we've heard stuff like this a lot. You know, we've heard players praising every manager we've had. Certainly Lampard. I think the players really got on. Well, most of the players got on with Lampard really well. You know, so for me, the end result is, or the proof is what happens on a weekend. And so far, 2 out of 3 games we've looked good. Or certainly worked hard, like they said they're doing in training. So for me, it's just, we'll keep that up then. Keep doing it in training. Keep doing it on a weekend, and then we might be safe. But you know, we've already, after a week of Dyche being in charge, we got to Liverpool and we dropped. You know, that performance level dropped off. We've got to keep that performance level that we've been playing at home in our away games. If you want a chance of staying up, we've got to pick points up as much as we can. So I think you get to the end of the season with one away win, which was Southampton. I think we're very lucky to stay up, in my opinion. So yeah, anyway, finally, former Everton striker Paul Wilkinson has retrospectively been given a league winners medal for 1984-85 season. He played 5 games in that season, but due to rules and regulations, because he only played 5 games, he wasn't given a league winners medal. He came from Grimsby Town that season, but because of a rule change, he's been allowed to be given a medal by Everton, which is good for him. 38 years later, whatever, something like that. Quick maths for you there. Yeah, that's all the news for today. That's a nice little finishing story for Paul Wilkinson there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on what Conor Cody had to say about Sean Dyche. And let me know your thoughts about the fine. What do you make of Everton being fined more than Liverpool for the little incident in the Merseyside derby? Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want more videos, including live daily exclusive videos, then join us on Toffee TV Premier. There will be a QR code on the screen in 2 seconds. Thanks for watching. See you later.